Hey everybody, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable, and this is take 666, or it sure as hell feels like it. Yeah, I screwed up the first one, so I don't like doing a bunch of editing, so I thought, this on it, I'll just shoot it. Again, I'm just sitting around here on my Sunday best anyway, hanging out. I wasn't even going to do a video today. I thought about doing a continuation of my pickups that I had been doing, but I didn't feel like doing that. I'm kind of being trying to be low key here the last little while. I just taking a break from making videos, whatever. But that's not that unusual. If you know me, if you've been here before, you know how I work here. It kind of goes in waves. I'll make a bunch of videos and I won't make any for a while. And so that's just the way it is. I've been focusing on the little shorts I've been doing. That's been good enough for me. I've enjoyed doing that, as I've said before. So anyway, without further ado, cheers, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll find something you'll dig. And all my VC buddies who are returning, thanks so much. I do appreciate it. That's the great thing about this, and that's why I'm here. Wanted to get on this contest, this push for 300 subs for my buddy Craig over at Spirit Vinyl. Craig's a great guy. We have a lot in common. I genuinely have enjoyed all of his videos, and I don't think I've missed any of his videos. And if I have, it's few and far between, because I like watching Craig sit around and show his music, listen to his tunes, and just being Craig. So it's awesome. And so the push to 300 subs, plus he's celebrating a birthday coming up in January 6th. So that comes into this contest as well. If you don't know Craig, go over and check him out. He's over at Spirit Vinyl, showing some Helix there, walking the Razor's Edge from Canada, just like I am. 6 strings, 9 lives, and the reason he showed that, we'll get to that. But yeah, which brings me to another point. I wanted to bring this up. I brought it up in my last take that you're not seeing. If I do happen to win, Craig, don't worry about sending that up my way. That's it. For me, I think the cost is prohibitive. I mean, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I have those releases anyway. So just if I happen to win, do another draw, somebody else, and can have that. I just want to support your channel, like I say. I know firsthand. I've been trying to send something stateside to another one of our buddies in the VC, and just with all the stuff that's happening with tariffs and shipping things across the border presently, it's ran into a bunch of red tape and paperwork to fill out that I had not encountered before, because I have done this before. So anyway, I won't bore you with all that. Just don't bother. I would like somebody else to enjoy those titles like I do already. So let's get to it. So I'll leave a link to Craig's channel so you can check out the details of what he wants you to do. In a nutshell, it's basically just spell January and show something with the number 6. And you can use album titles, band titles, artist titles, or song titles. I've gone with song titles, and I've used probably one of my top 5 bands of all time with Iron Maiden. So not Iron Maiden, they are one of my top 5 bands of all times. That might be a clue into what I did with my other video. I did mix it up, a whole bunch of different bands. This time I decided to do just Black Sabbath. So one of my top 5 bands of all time, I went with song titles by Black Sabbath, with the exception of the last one that shows number 6. So let's get to it. The first one is off of their second album, Paranoid. Jack the Stripper, Fairies Wear Boots, for Jay. I'm going to keep that out because I will be returning to that album in a minute. Next up, I've often proclaimed this as being my favorite Black Sabbath album, and oftentimes it is. That's changed over the years, but the last few years, I always go back to this as just being my favorite, and it's the third one, Master Reality. I went with After Forever for the A in January. I'll set that over there. And then I had to get some Dio in here. So Heaven and Hell with Neon Nights for the end. Jan, Neon Nights. And it's a masterpiece. Although I do think Mob Rules is just a little bit better, sometimes a lot better. But that does take away from this. And the margin between this one and that one is very slim. But fantastic album. I know there are those that are just Ozzy or nothing. To each their own. I can totally get that, but I like most Sabbath, and I'm saying most, but I'm not I'm not kicking that nest. Next up, I went with For You, Under the Sun, Volume 4. So many of these have been, at one time or another, my favorite Sabbath album. This is one here. But yeah, there's a couple on here that I have kind of maybe grown tired to more than anything. Tired of. But Under the Sun, For You. And then to go with A, the second A, I went with A Bit of Finger from the debut. This is my old copy, so it's seen better days. It still plays pretty good. I should probably upgrade it, but anyway, we're not here to discuss that. We're here for Craig's contest. This is the A, the second A in January. And then we've got R, and that's why I'm going back to Paranoid. Rat Salad, fantastic instrumental. Talk about some of my favorite drummers. Bill Ward's right up there, and there's a great example of why I fell in love with Bill Ward's playing right here, and yeah, the entire album, in fact. But Rat Salad, I went with for the R, and then the Y. You Won't Change Me, Technical Ecstasy. Yeah, this is one of my lesser favorite Sabbath albums, but it's still better than a lot of the other Sabbath albums that I personally can't get into. But yeah, Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die were probably my least favorites of, well, they are my least favorites of the Ozzy era. Let's just leave it at that. But still good, still good. I appreciate them now more than I ever have. It's been spinning those a lot lately, but that's the Y for January. Now for the number 6, I went with one. I think we kind of have this in common too. Craig and I are about the same age. In fact, I think there's only about 6 months apart from us. I was born in June '68. I think he said his was January '69. So there's a very small separation. So we grew up in the same era, listening to the same music, and that's one of the things I dig. But when we were in the early '80s, and this is by the time the new wave of British heavy metal had kind of died out, and there was lots of new American metal, which was great. I totally got into all that too. But all my friends, all my headbanger metalhead friends, even though we were all into that stuff, there were a few bands that kind of crossed over. They were still acceptable, even if they weren't metal. And one such band is the one I'm using for my number 6. And I like all their stuff, especially their early stuff. But ZZ Top, Eliminator, and at the end of side 1, you've got I Got the 6, and it's a fantastic. But like I say, 1983, and by 1983, you could say the new wave of British heavy metal was pretty much over by then. But everybody I knew was still into this album. This was a friggin' monster album. You couldn't go anywhere and not hear this. So I know Craig will be familiar with this. In fact, I know he's talked about ZZ Top many times. So that's my entry, Craig. I hope I met your criteria. It's been great getting to know you, dude. I hope I get to know you more in the future. All the best to future success, my friend. And like I say, everybody, if you don't know Craig, go and check him out. Get him over to 300 subs. I mean, Jesus, that's criminal. He's not up there already. And leave a comment, whatever. I'll leave links below. Check out some of our other buddies here in the violent community. It's a great thing, where we just shoot the shit, talk records, music, whatever. And if you enjoy that sort of thing, I know you'll enjoy these other dudes as well. And I use dudes as a non-gender expression. I call my wife a dude all the time. So to me, I'm not talking about guys, dudes, just dudes. Violent community dudes. We're all dudes. So as the dude says, we're all dudes, man. We're just dudes. So cheers, everyone. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. For me, it's Sunday, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. And go give Craig some support. And Mike, too. As I mentioned, the first one I saw was Mike over at MGK Buffalo. It's MGK Boston. I don't know if he's ever going to get around to doing the actual official change, or if there's too much Boston in his blood. Well, there's Buffalo in your blood now, buddy. But anyway, yeah, I only watched that one video, and now I'm just rambling, so I'm going to go. I didn't want to get my choices influenced too much, so I stopped after watching Mike's and Craig's. So go watch those guys and check out Craig's contest. Give him a sub, and I hope you'll be back at my channel next time. I don't know when that'll be. I'm not planning on video right now. we'll see. I'm just doing the shorts for now, and I enjoy doing that. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Thanks for hanging with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time here at Twanger's Turntable. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Cheers, Craig. Bye, buddy.